Welcome to our classroom. Here we are going to discuss about buoyancy force or upthrust force in fluids or in liquids. So, what is called buoyancy force or buoyant or upthrust force? You take any one empty water bottle, okay, and close the lid with it tightly, right? And then take one bucket. In that bucket, you are going to push that water bottle. What will happen? Initially on the surface of the water, if you are going to push it, what will happen? The water get displaced, right? After that, yes, you need to apply some more force to immerse that empty water bottle in that water bucket, right? So, if you are giving more force, right, to immerse that empty water bottle in that water, after few minutes, you remove that force. You take your hand from that water bottle. What will happen? Again it will come back. Why? Yes. Here we have the discussion. Now we can go. So what is called buoyancy force? The buoyancy force means the upward force exerted by the water on the object. So water should exert some force on the object, right? Yes. Do you know swimming? Yes. Whoever knows swimming, while swimming in the pool, how do you feel your weight? It's less, right? Why? Yes, this is due to buoyancy force. Because this upward force exerted by the water on the object is called upthrust or buoyancy force. And this buoyancy force is mainly depends upon the density of the fluid. What is called density? Mass by volume. Right? Later we will discuss here. Mass by volume is called density. Here I draw a small activity for your better understanding about buoyancy force. So here I have taken one water bucket. Okay, in that water bucket I am going to immerse this empty water bottle. Initially I am not giving any force. I just drop this empty water bottle. What will happen? It will float. Right? Why it is float the sense? Later we will discuss here. Okay? Initially it will float. Right? Afterwards I am going to apply some force. What will happen? It will go inside, right? Still is go inside. What will happen? We need to apply more force, right? Yes? That time what will happen? Yes. So the next turn I am going to apply some force going inside the water. Right? It is first case. It is lying in the surface of the water. Here is going inside the water. Still I want to go deep. I need to apply much force. Right? In that case, there are two forces will be acted here. One is the water exert the force, that is called buoyancy force, and the second force is called gravitational force. This force is always acting in the upward direction of the water surface. Right? And gravitation force, as we know that, right, is always pulling down the object towards the earth's surface, right? So what will happen? These two scenarios cases. Okay. Now what will happen here? So when the bottle is immersed, okay, the upward force exerted by the water on the object, when it's immersed, the upward force by the water on the object is greater than its weight. What is called weight? Yes, weight is the force which is due to gravitational force, right? Therefore it's much greater than its weight. That means that indicate this upward force is greater than gravitational force. That's why we are deeply giving some external force to immerse this empty water bottle. If you remove this force, what will happen? It comes down to float. Yes, coming back to the water surface and it will float. It will be floated. Right? It's clear? When it will be float, when it will be immersed. That is the second case we are going to discuss here. Why objects float or sink when the placed on the surface of water. So here also I am going to take one small demo for you. So here I have chosen one beaker. In that beaker I have chosen two different materials. One is iron nails. This is iron nails and this is cork, rubber cork. Okay. Iron nails will sink inside that water, but the rubber cork will float in that water surface. Why? Yes. What I said, this buoyancy force is only depends upon the density, right? So due to that density of the substance as well as the liquid, here plays a vital role here. So here the concept here, okay. So here I have chosen water, right? So the density of liquid is here water. I have chosen ionides, I have chosen cork, right? First I have taken ionides. The density of the ionides, yes, the density of ionides is greater than this, is greater than density of liquid. This case, the density of liquid is greater than density of object. That's why I said the density of liquid is less than object density. That means object density is greater than density of liquid. That time it will be sink. When the object density is less than density of liquid, that time it will float. That's why the ions have higher density when compared to water density. That's why it sink. And this cork is having lower density when compared with the density of water, right? So here I given one explanation why the iron nail sink. The downward force acting on the nail is greater than the upthrust of the nail. Yes, the downward force is greater. Downward force is acting on the nail is greater than upthrust of the water on the nail. That means gravitation force is more, buoyancy force is less. That time will be sink. That's why the density is more for the subject, right? And when it becomes float, the cork it floats right here. The upthrust of the water on the cork is greater than the weight of the cork. Weight of the cork means the gravitational force, right? So that time the upthrust will be greater than its weight, object weight. That's why it becomes a float here, right? I hope you understand well. Thank you. See you in the next video.